Juan Bobo goes to work. A Puerto Rican folktale. In the highlands of Puerto Rico lived a silly peasant boy. He was so silly, he often got confused. Sometimes he got things backwards. Other times he misunderstood things completely, so everyone called him Juan Bobo, which means Simple John. But Juan Bobo tried very, very hard to do things right. One day, his mother told him to go find work. Juan Bobo replied, "Está bien, Mama? All right, where should I look?" "Ask the farmers for a job," said Doña Juana. "When he pays you, hold the money in your hand. Do not put it in your pocket." Juan Bobo ran to the neighboring farm. "Buenos dias, Don Pepe." "Good day," said Juan Bobo. "Me puedo dar trabajo?" "Do you want a job?" Don Pepe looked Juan Bobo up and down. He grunted. "You're pretty scrawny. What can you do?" "Anything, senor. I'm a very good worker." Don Pepe handed Juan Bobo a basket full of beans. "Shell these habanachos. Put the beans in the wheelbarrow. Pile the shells on the ground." Juan Bobo sang as he worked. He tossed the shells into the carretilla, and he piled the habachuelas on the ground. When he was done, Juan Bobo said, "Don Pepe, I finished my work." The farmer stared at the shells in the wheelbarrow. "Gay Bobo, what a foolish boy! What have you done with the beans?" Juan Bobo's smile faded. "I thought you wanted shells in the carretilla and the beans on the ground." Don Pepe sighed. "It's all right, Juan Bobo. You have worked hard." He handed the boy a few coins. "Take this money to your mother." Juan Bobo beamed. "Muchas gracias, senor." On the road home, Juan Bobo thought about his mother's warning. "Que me dijo?" What did she say? Juan Bobo finally remembered. He put the coins in his pocket and skipped home. "Mama, here is the money I earned." Juan Bobo reached inside his pockets, and all he found was large holes. "But Juan Bobo," said Doña Juana, "I told you to hold the money in your hand. Your pockets have holes." Juan Bobo hung his head. "It's all right," she said with a sigh. "Take this burlap bag. Tomorrow we go to the farm to look for more work. When Don Pepe pays you, put the payment in the bag." The next morning Juan Bobo set out early. Don Pepe had Juan Bobo milk one of his cows. "First tie up la vaca," said Don Pepe, "then milk her and set la leche aside. When you are done, put the cow back in the stable." Juan Bobo listened carefully. He did just as he was told. First he tied the cow's front legs together. Next he tied her hind legs together. Then he milked her and set aside the milk. Now it was time to return the cows to the stable. Juan Bobo pulled the cow. Then he tugged, then he yanked. But the cow would not move. Juan Bobo tried pushing the cow. Still the cow would not budge. "What is wrong, silly vaca? Have you turned to stone?" Don Pepe saw what was happening. He cried, "Juan Bobo, the cow's legs are tied. She cannot walk like that." Juan Bobo laughed, "And I thought she turned to stone." Don Pepe removed the ropes and took the cow to the stable. Then he handed Juan Bobo a pail of fresh milk. "Here, Juan Bobo, take this milk to your mother in return for your work." "Gracias, Don Pepe." Juan Bobo poured the milk into his burlap bag and flung it over his shoulder. He set out for home. The milk dripped from the bag and down his back. By the time he reached home, he was drenched in milk. "Loba leche, Mama, it's raining milk!" Juan Bobo's mother shrieked, "Oh, Juan Bobo, you put the leche in the bag and it leaked. Next time, carry the pail of milk on your head." "I will do just that, Mama," said Juan Bobo. "Hasta la hare." The next day, Juan Bobo's mother took him to ask the grocer for work. "And Juan Bobo, try not to lose your payment." At the grocery store, Juan Bobo asked Señor Domingo for a job. "Can you sweep?" asked the grocer. "Puedo barrio?" "Si, señor. I'm a very good sweeper." Señor Domingo handed Juan Bobo una escoba, a broom. When Juan Bobo finished sweeping, the store gleamed. The grocer was pleased. "Such a good job deserves a large reward. Take this cheese to your mama as for a job well done." "Muchas gracias." Juan Bobo happily took the hard chink of queso. On the way home he remembered what his mother had told him about the milk pail. Juan Bobo took off his straw papa. He put the cheese on his head. But the noonday sun was very hot. Before long the cheese began to melt. It dripped down his face. "Mama, Mama," he cried, running home. "Leve queso, it's raining cheese." Donna Juana picked her hands on her head. "Ay, Juan, what will I do with you?" Juan Bobo hung his head. "Lo siento, Mama, I'm sorry." The next week, Donna Juana told Juan Bobo to return to the grocer. "This time take some string. Tie up whatever the grocer gives you." Señor Domingo had been very pleased with Juan Bobo's last job, so he again had Juan Bobo sweep the store. When Juan Bobo finished, the floor shone brightly. The grocer clapped Juan Bobo on the back. "Wonderful job, Juan Bobo. Today I will pay you with my largest yaman. You deserve a big ham." The boy took the heavy ham in his arms and set off for home. Soon his arms grew tired. He remembered what his mother had told him. "I must tie it up with the string." Juan Bobo tied the string around the ham and dragged the ham behind him. Mama is a very smart woman. It is much easier to pull a yaman than it is to carry it. Juan Bobo passed the house of a very rich man. On the balcony a beautiful girl sat in a rocking chair. Everyone in the barrio knew her sad story. The girl was very ill, muy enferma. Many doctors had examined her. Each one agreed that if the girl did not laugh soon, she would die. When Juan Bobo passed by, the girl looked up. He skipped toward her, dragging the huge ham behind him. Nibbling the ham was every cat and dog in the neighborhood. The girl laughed and laughed. "Si rio, si rio, si rio." The rich man heard his daughter's laughter and ran to the balcony. He saw what was making her laugh. "Venga acá, muchacho," he called to Juan Bobo. "Come here, boy. You have saved my daughter's life." "I'm sorry, senor," said Juan Bobo. "I must hurry home to Mama." Juan Bobo reached home leading a parade of cats and dogs, but the ham had disappeared. That night, Bobo and Donna Juana did not feast on hearty ham. Instead, they had a meager meal of arrachos y habanachos, rice and beans. But the rich man never forgot what Juan Bobo had done. Every Sunday he made sure that Juan Bobo and his mother had a plump, tender ham on the table. The end.